There are two types of students in this world, student A and student B. Let's talk about student A. They have been studying for 6 hours straight, running on their third cup of coffee. They have highlighted half their textbook, reread their note multiple times, and spend the whole night doing flashcards. And then there is student B. They sit down for a calm 2-hour study session. They know exactly what to review, how to review it, and they don't waste time highlighting heavy other sentence or skimming through the textbook over and over again. In this video, I am going to teach you how to study less while getting higher grades, like the student B. Tip number 1 is stop measuring study session in hours. A huge mistake that students make is obsessing over the number of hours they study instead of focusing on how they study. I get it. It's easy to measure time, but just because you spend 5 hours studying doesn't mean you actually learn anything. Think about it. Did you spend those 5 hours highlighting every reading, or did you quiz yourself, teach the material, and tackle your weak point first? Those two approaches give completely different results. So instead of thinking, I studied for 6 hours so I must have learned a lot, ask yourself, did I actually understand and retain this information? Tip number 3 is read backwards. Okay, this one sounds weird, but trust me, it works. Especially if you are studying for an exam. Let's say you have a go test tomorrow and you open your textbook to start reading the chapter. Here is the problem. That chapter is long. You don't have enough time, and let's be real, reading the whole thing word for word, it's not efficient. Here is what you do instead. Start at the end of the chapter, look at the summary and the key point first. Then do a first pass. Go through the headings, charts and bullet terms, just to get a high level overview. Now do a second pass. Read the first paragraph, skim the middle, and read the last paragraph of each section. By the time you finish, you will have a strong grasp of the material, and if you still have time, then go back and read everything in detail. Tip number 3 is batch your tasks. One of the biggest time wasted while studying is switching between different types of tasks. Reading and writing require different mindset, or solving math problems and writing an essay is completely different. Every time you switch tasks, your brain needs time to adjust. This is called transition cost. Explain to us that jumping from one subject to another without a logical thread, such as from math to essay to science and then to history, leads to a wrong method. Do this instead. Math plus science together and then do the writing tasks, essay plus history. This way you minimize mental transition and stay in the right mode of thinking for longer, and in each group start with the easiest task first. This makes it much easier to get into the right flow. Tip 4 is set time constraints. Want to study less but get more done? Give yourself less time. It sounds counterintuitive, but this is called Parkinson's law. If you give yourself 3 days to finish an assignment, guess what? You will take the full 3 days. But if you only give yourself 3 hours, you will probably finish much faster than you expect. So the next time you study, set a time limit. Estimate how long a task will take. Reduce that time by 10-20%. And set a timer and challenge yourself to finish within that limit. Trust me, you will be shocked at how much faster you can actually work. Tip 5 is don't get stuck, move on. Let's be real, you will get stuck on our problems. And if you are like most students, you will waste 20-30 minutes trying to solve a single question, refusing to move on. This is called the sunk cost fallacy. You keep spending time on something just because you have already invested time into it. Instead, here's what you do. If a problem is too hard, skip it. Answer the easiest question first. Come back to the hardest one later with a fresh perspective. This works well on exams. You are not required to answer questions in order. Find a foothold, gain confidence, and tackle the tough stuff later. Tip 6 is do mindless work first. There are two types of tasks. Fixed tasks, repetitive and low effort. For example, making flashcards or organizing notes. Variable tasks require deep focus, for example writing essays or solving problems. But you should always start with your fixed task first. Here is why. This bar represents the total time you have available for studying. If you begin by filling it with variable tasks, they will expand to fill all the time you have. This is known as Parkinson's law. In other words, these tasks will stretch out and consume all your available time, leaving no room for an essential fixed tasks. However, fixed tasks don't expand in the same way. By completing this task first, you set clear limits for your variable tasks. When you add them afterwards, they might feel expand. But now they are forced to fit within the remaining time, allowing you to balance everything effectively. So, always start with the fixed tasks. And that's wrap for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments how your school year is going. Are you enjoying it or is it feeling like a challenge? And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.